What am I to do?
My legs! I can stand again! Did you do that? Thank you.
Look, you're not really supposed to be here, but I'll turn a blind eye. Just don't touch anything, all right? Look, between us, you're not supposed to be here, but I'll turn a blind... Just don't touch anything.
I've got a long road ahead.
Move.
Copper for your thoughts.
Ah, my good fellow. Quite the cozy setup you have here. My research turned up a rather brilliant technique that seems quite actionable. It's not too deep, just behind the orbital socket. I could attempt an extraction. I've a needle in my tunic, after all. I assure you, I've dreamt of it 1,000 times over.
Volo carefully holds one of your eyes open and begins to prod uncertainly with the needle.
Don't fidget. The needle must slip behind your eye, not through it.
The needle finds the gap between eyeball and socket. Volo frowns and begins to push. Volo carefully withdraws the needle from your eye. Then, reaching into his bag, he produces an ice pick. Volo slowly brings the ice pick closer to your eye.
Now, don't move.
Cold metal presses against the skin beneath your brow. And then, tap, tap, stab.
Do you feel that? Ha! I think we have the blighter on the run. I agree. It's a feisty critter. Just a little further.
Volo tears the pick from your brain with a violent jerk. Your eye plops down into the mud.
Drat!
He pauses, looks down at your eye, and recoils slightly as it sinks into the mud.
There appears to be an amount of cosmetic damage. Please, try not to overexert yourself. You're in a rather fragile state at present. I can't help but feel partly responsible. Perhaps there is something more I can do. Take this. A far superior relic to that old jelly you were chained to. try it on for size. And, it was very nice to have met you. I'm sure you'll sort out your little brain problem one way or another. Far away from here, if you've a heart. Terribly sorry, my friend. Ta.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
Welcome to the League of the Lone Eye, my friend. Not to minimize the pain of Volo's poking and prodding, but I promise, you'll be used to the prosthesis in no time. Besides, I find it gives one an air of mystique. No one's more intriguing than a man with one eye.
Speak. It is a certainty. I had assumed our parasites served a Geich elder, but I believe they serve a greater master still. A question that burns in my belly day and night. Elders and collectives abide by their own tenets. It would require a powerful creed to unite them. And now this voice, this creed, finds our own ears. If it reaches this plane, it may reach others.
I hear you did the deed. How was your little romp? You filthy devil! I'm shocked. I thought the two of you would just flop about like dying fish and then call it a night, but no! Shows me. But you're not here to gossip. What can I do for you?
Hope you're keeping well, friend.
What's on your mind?
Shah's blessings upon you.
Fate, dost thou require a new ally? Or...
Oh. My, you startled me. It's miles away. Mystra commands all magic. Salvation, if such a thing exists, is hers to bestow or withhold. And yet even now, more than I fear losing my own self and soul, I fear losing my command of her art. Magic is my life. I've been in touch with the weave for as long as I can remember. There's nothing like it. It's like music, poetry, physical beauty, all rolled into one and given expression through the senses. Is it the same for you? Fair enough. Though in the end, we're still playing the same composition. Perhaps I can show you what I mean by reaching into the weave together. Then follow my lead. Now you.
You feel something strange like a kind word and a kind touch at the same time. It's warm and comfortable.
Excellent. Now, repeat after me. Athran mistraril kantrak eo.
Ah, yes. The scent of rosewater and a sense of well-being. A sliver of weave that tastes sweet on the tongue.
Very good. Now, I want you to picture in your mind the concept of harmony, as true as you can.
You see, or is it sense, the unmistakable presence of Mystra, the Lady of Mysteries. There's something like the anticipation of a kiss, then the pleasure of being cloaked in peace. You are safe. You are nestled in the cup of Mystra's hand.
You did it! You're channeling the weave. How does it feel? You're hard to please, aren't you?
The weave connects you. The moment feels intimate. The weave evaporates, and as it does so, you realize the night feels suddenly cold and lonesome.
Oh. There it goes. How easily things slip away from us, no matter how hard they were in the obtaining. Good night. I enjoyed sharing a moment of magic with you. Go ahead. I'm listening.
I assure you it's not. Don't get me wrong. You did well. The somatic component, the verbal component, even the focus on the inner self that invites Mystra in. But I was still your conduit. To perform such a feat alone requires much and arduous study. Of course, as a sorcerer, these talents come to you quite naturally. I do hope you cherish that gift.
Well met.
Need something?
Wait! Bows down! Gods above! We took you for a goblin! Get up here! I want that gate sealed before they arrive. And we need to talk!
The goblins, do they fight well? Some of us have more of that than others. I'll just be glad to live out the day.
Won't pretend I expected to see you back again. Bloody glad, mind. People are scared. Zevlor's doing what he can, but... well, seeing you on the walls might put the steel in their spines. Mine too.
Don't spare the fire arrows. Let's see if goblins are prettier with a coat of burning oil on.
Done, please. I want to get below before...
Before what? Afraid you might actually have to fight.
Asherak already picked who he wanted on the walls, right? And it wasn't us.
You might be afraid of your own shadow, but some of them...
Puff out your chest all you like. I'm going where it's safe.
There you are. The Infernal. I knew there must be one in the area. If we survive this, let's speak again. I'm a mechanic. We might be of use to one another.
Gods above, you're alive. A little light, just as the day seems darkest. I'd given you up for dead at the Goblin camp. I'm damn glad to be wrong. But what happened? We've seen them massing in the woods. You led the drow here? By the nine hells, why? Our trap. I can't help but feel that we're the ones backed into a corner. But if you say you're a match for this drow, I suppose that's the best chance we have. The horn, if you seek to draw her in, that damned thing's loud as thunder. It'll give our people a chance to take shelter, too. Your courage is catching, it seems. Or perhaps I've finally lost my reason. Make what preparations you deem necessary, and then sound the horn. Let's have this done.
Well, are you ready? Are we? Do what you must, but quickly. Once you sound the horn, they'll come running. I'd sooner start this on our terms than theirs.
You're back. Nice to see a familiar face.
Best keep your hands to yourself. You're being watched.
Don't worry, we'll be ready when they come.
Gods, I almost wish they were here. I just want this done.
Gods, I feel sick. We're not ready for this.
My students are down in the cave, with wooden bloody swords. Torn, spare me.
Admiring my beautiful barricades? Might not be pretty, but they'll stop a charging warg. Probably.
Came back to join our heroic last stand? Doesn't look like any of us are going to make it to Baldur's Gate.
God, this oil bloody stinks.
Not so bad as burning Goblin will, I wager.
Donnie! It's time to come back now! Donnie!
Please, have you seen Donnie anywhere? Young boy, doesn't talk. We need to get him into the cave before the goblins come. The kids found a hidden cave. We're going to hide them there. but we can't seal it up until we find Donnie. I appreciate it. He's the one who showed us the cave to begin with. We won't seal it up until he's safe with the rest. I need to find Donnie.
Need anything before the fighting starts? All that coin will just slow you down. You think my sister and I will last long in the city with no money? It's your job to make sure we get that far. So why don't you go take care of that?
Give us courage.
Lathander to light, Selûne to guide, Kelemvor to show mercy.
You realize he prays to Kelemvor, Lord of Death.
What is it? I'm busy. I can pray a lot better than I can use a bow or a sword. Damn you. Fine. I'll see what I can do. Maybe I'll manage to take a goblin down with me.
Go away! There's nothing in here for you! For any of you! I said go away! You people have endangered this sacred place long enough! This door is staying closed until you're gone, one way or another! Then this sacred grove could be a comfort to them in their final moments. But this door is staying closed. Now leave! We've been more than generous already! We have to take care of the grove's future. Move away!
No time for chat just now.
Don't worry. Mattis says the goblins can't get inside if we're quiet.
Look at this place. Like a pen of hogs waiting for the butcher's knife. We need to act.
Quiet. Some of the children might hear you.
Oh,
Perish the thought they overhear a little honesty once in their short lives.
Another word and it won't be the goblins you have to worry about.
Enough! Both of you!
That's to say, me at the front while the others stay back and do as I say?
Shut it just for once, you insufferable oafish...
Stop it! Listen to someone else for once!
I can live with that. I hope. What about you two?
Fine, as long as I don't have to listen to any complaints in the meantime.
So be it. I'll take a mediocre plan over nothing.
Let's just stick to the plan, now that we have one. Agreed?
Agreed.
Roland?
Fine, fine. Agreed.
Thank you for talking some sense into me. I'll do my best when the fighting starts. Thank you.
Thanks for finding Donnie. Knowing the children are safe makes all this a little easier.
Go to the barricades. I can hold this place if a few goblins slip through. Good to see a familiar face. I have the strangest feeling every time you pass by. Like you're meant to be here. Glad you're here with us. A bunch of ratty goblins aren't gonna send us running. We've been surviving long enough. Time to start living. Glad you're...
There's barely any rations left.
We'll make it last. We always do.
I can't thin the broth much more than this.
It'll have to do.
I can't believe they just left.
Leave it, son.
No. Our so-called kin fled the moment their tails were in danger.
Icaron, we're in for a hell of a fight. Focus on the matters at hand, not the ones you can't fix.
We might die because a bunch of traitors cared more about saving their hides than they did about us.
Enough! I will knock both of your heads together unless you cut it out.
Mother!
Not another word. Back to work, all of you. We've a battle to prepare for. I would have given them an extra helping.
They're cowards, Mother. You don't owe them anything.
But can you really blame them after El Terrell?
We can't run forever. I'd rather stand and fight.
We were just about prepared for travel rations, not a bloody siege.
Going to miss the grass.
So many people left. I'm glad someone stuck around.
Someone decided we were the best suited to see to any wounded. Better all round if you keep everyone in one piece up there. Trust me.
I wish I could help on the walls, but I wasn't a soldier, really. Just a trumped-up guard. I can't. I'm sorry.
First druids and now goblins. Lady Doom really has it out for us, doesn't she?
We can talk after this is over, if we're alive.
This place is cursed.
I pray Arabella is safe with the other kids. Knowing her, she's fashioned a weapon out of a rock and some string. Everyone, stay close.
100. I don't have to count. I just have to hit him.
You should be manning the wall. I wanted to, but Asherak says I'm needed here.
You can hide in here if you like. No one's getting past us.
The Wandering Eye. The jewel of Balduran's fleet. So named because, well, because Balduran traveled far. And so much. But he had finally come home to save the city he loved. He drove the raiders away and raised a wall to protect his people. And so they named the city to honor him. Balduran's Baldur's Gate.
She's talking.
Yes? I'm pretty certain if I stop for too long, they will actually eat me. I'm better, I think. Song's coming along. Thanks to you. Live through the day and you might even get to hear the finished thing. Just be safe up there. Get to the walls. Beat the goblins back. Trust me, it's an easier job than this. Get...
What we have left. Shh! She's getting to the...
You can leave your valuables with me, if you like. Goblins stripped the dead down to the last stitch, so I hear. So you say? Survived Avernus, though. More than you've done.
And over the horizon, they saw a ship. Like some great beast bursting from the waves. The Wandering Eye. The jewel of Balduran's fleet. So named because, well, because Balduran traveled far. And so much. But he had finally come home to save the city he loved.
I don't want to fight goblins. You can't make me.
I reckon you'll hear something.
Don't worry, we'll be ready when they...
Well, are you ready? Are we? Sound the horn, then. From what little I've learned of goblins, they won't resist an invitation like that.
Give them half the chance.
This is it. Everything turns on this.
I know that you are all afraid, but I also know that you have been fighting your whole lives. We have never been handed the easy choices or the gentle paths. And this is no different. These creatures would take our lives, our children, our future, and we must resist!
splinter of ice works its way into your mind.
A pretty speech. It almost brings a tear to my eye. Now slit his throat and open that gate. The Absolute wants all of them dead. Traitor! You think you can stand against me and the Absolute? I'll dissect you.
Another step forward. It's in good hands.
I got this. Moving.
What's the plan? Onward.
Good move.
Spell a day.
Again!
Breathe deep and move.
Let's finish this. nothing else.
There's a lilithid parasite in that corpse. You should take a look.
That's the last of them. Timora, smile on me. They're dead. We did it! Watching gods, you did it.
They name us outcasts, hellspawn, foul blood. But the blood of those who fell today ran as pure as any heroes. So I call us by another name. We are survivors. We are family. The road to Baldur's Gate is a long one yet, but you have earned every stride so far. Make your preparations. We leave as soon as we're able.
You. I don't know if you were sent here by gods, or fate, or sheer bloody luck. I don't care. You were a friend when we needed it. And we won't forget that. Should you ever need it, you have family in Baldur's Gate.
But we need not speak of departures just yet. We have time. The road is clear. And I, for one, could use a bloody drink. We'll join your camp tonight, if you'll have us. By all the watching gods, that's Halsin.
He'll have some hard words for Korga, I expect. Go, speak to him. You're the reason he has a grove to return to at all. We'll be here when you're ready to travel.
Grab your bag. We're moving.
You didn't have to come back. Thank you.
I know you would.
To think I was scared of a bloody drow. Should have known better. We had you.
We survived. Who would have thought? Only the long road to Baldur's Gate to worry about now. Let's hope our luck holds out.
I'm glad you came through it alive. We owe you more than we can repay.
The goblins look so small. Hard to believe I was ever afraid of them.
When I heard they had a drow, gods, but I can't believe we did it. You did it.
We did it. We actually did it!
We did. For Canon.
He'd be proud of you. I know he would. I'm sorry I wasn't there to help. That'll change from now on, I promise.
The more weapons we have on show, the less likely anyone will give us trouble.
We're ready to head to your camp. Are you? Just give the word.
We need to break camp fast, remember. Find the river and follow it downstream.
Everyone looks so tired. You should have let me help.
You were stupid to come back. But
I'm glad you did.
God, it seems we might actually make it to the city now. Hope the neighbors are a bit more welcoming. Thank you, truly. You've given us a chance. We'll make good on it.
I know people are hurt, but don't worry. I'll guard them on the road.
I left my sword in the cave. Don't tell, but I don't want to touch it again.
I told you I wasn't afraid. Those goblins look tiny.
Still alive. Still alive. Thank you.
Eldrell didn't want us, and those druids sure as hell didn't either. But you risked your life for us.
That was fun. I want to stomp more of the small, dirty two legs.
We made it somehow. Now we just need to get to Baldur's Gate.
The younglings are a nuisance. But the road would not be the same without them. Thank you.
And you do not stop for anything.
That was too close. Timora smile on us.
I wonder what the next move is.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
By my side. Moonrise towers. Strider lantern. Under dark Menzo Barons on. East Village Well.
The spell's power wanes. You can ask no more questions.
What to do?
We did it. Come on.
I shouldn't have doubted you, or the others.
Back to worrying about road rations it is. So many mouths to feed, but, well, that's not a bad problem to have. Thank you, truly.
One sorrow ended, the next soon to begin.
Baldur's Gate, we're coming.
We didn't die today. Tomorrow, perhaps, but not today. Thanks to you. I pray next time I square up to a goblin, you're there again.
My horns for a normal day.
Let's go. Everyone's so slow.
This lot better get used to berries. This lot...
We couldn't have held them back on our own. Thank you. Stay safe out there. You hear?
Glad to see some goblin blood spilled for a change. We're sick of running from those rats. The roads ought to be safer now there's a few less goblins skulking about.
All that fuss and for what? I barely call that a fight. We could have handled those goblins on our own. Nevertheless, I suppose it was decent of you to return.
The road to Baldur's Gate will be easy compared to that. Thanks. For keeping these people safe. For keeping us safe. I don't think there's a bit of me that isn't hurting after that fight. Worth it, though.
By the trees. I don't know what I dreaded more. The goblins or being stuck here with Korga for the rest of my days. But you've solved both those problems in one go. As am I. And I'm sure those poor refugees would quite agree.
I'm glad you didn't die. No discounts once I'm running the wider Baldur's Gate, mind. Finally! A city full of real coin.
It smells bad out here. I want to go...
Don't know why everyone's cheering. We're just going back on the road.